All right, I think we are live. But once again, I don't have the display up on my GoPro, which is very, very annoying. I'm not sure what happened and why that disappeared, because I just don't need to see a timer there. I really, really don't. We're a little bit early. Give us some time for everyone to jump on. Justin, how are you, man? You did score first this week. Nice one, and second and third, man. All of them. Now, I've got my sound off, which is where I need it. It's super annoying that I can't see what is happening up on the screen. Let me just share the link. We'll go story this time, eh? Link, because I can share links now, which is awesome. Click here. There we go. That'll do the trick. Mike Day, how are you? Mike, Wooden Things and Stuff. I was first on the other one. Why you got another stream scheduled? Is it still scheduled? That was me just playing with my GoPro, man. When when you're in the GoPro app and you like go to set it up, I think it must automatically set it up on YouTube as like the stream waiting, but I cancelled out of that because I had to change some settings, and then it was a bit early as well, so I was just playing with it because sometimes the GoPro app takes way longer than I sort of expect it to. So I'm just doing up a quick little story. That'll do. Oh, we're going to do our hashtags and everything. So how is everyone? It thinks we're waiting for you over there. All right, let me try and suss out what's happening here. I'll open up another YouTube tab. I'll just get this story posted first. There we go. Now, if I go to my channel, videos. No, I've only got the one live there, Mike, that I can see anyway. We've got last week's, last fortnight's, but I can only see this one there on that. How's things? Did you look into ice epoxy? No, I have not yet, man. I have not. I actually went to buy some more resin the other day and I sort of backed out of the idea. I don't know. I might try and do a bit more timber projects, I think. I just haven't had any good... not any. I have had good results, but my last big pour, which I'll show you guys shortly, it didn't go well. It didn't go well. And I just sort of thought, like, it's a hell of a lot of money. A hell of a lot of money to just throw away. So this is really actually annoying. I've got all these tools that are just... We need to rearrange this setup, I think. But you might be able to see it over there. Let me grab it. I'll just grab it. Move this out of the way. So yeah, this here was my last sort of pour. It's quite dusty now, but yeah, I didn't end up doing anything else with it because it's just full of bubbles, like all through. And to be honest with you, I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people on Instagram lately selling stuff that is of this quality or worse. But I don't know, to me, I'm just like, meh, I don't know if I really want to sell that. I probably will finish it eventually, because once you take all the resin off the top of this timber, this is all Jarrah burl, so that will look sick. It'll just come through really red. But yeah, I don't know. Can you guys see? You probably won't be able to see the bubbles. And I can't see my little display screen to tell me if, what you're actually seeing. But yeah, all through there, there's bubbles. So it's annoying. It's really, really annoying. But we have had some, like, there's been this, because I was looking for, because this one here, this veg vizier is actually, and again, I don't know if you can see, no, that's probably too high there. But veg vizier there, that's a glow-in-the-dark resin. So I thought that would be really cool to have in there. But yeah, anyway. I will get around to finishing, and I was supposed to finish that up like 4 weeks ago, but when I saw all those bubbles, I just gave up on it. What's Mike sent through? Set reminder. 27th of... Oh, that's interesting. Upcoming. I don't know what's happening there, man. Yeah, I'm not sure, Mike. That's odd. Justin, is that ice epoxy that you sent through? Is that cast? Did you use a pressure pot for that? That looks pretty decent, man. I did my first pour and jumped into the deep end, and my biggest pour to date, and the bubble dispersion seems really good. I haven't posted about it yet because I want to finish the project first, but I'll send you photos. Yeah, man, that looks good. You've actually got 3 open. Sent you an IG. Yeah, I just saw that, dude. But when I open at my end, it's not the case. So that's really weird. Maybe refresh your YouTube and tell me, Mike. Because when I open it here, go into my videos, it's just got the one. Let me go into YouTube Studio. I'll check there. Have a look there. So what's everyone been up to this last fortnight? There we go. Yeah, I can see it now, Mike. I will delete both of them, man. If I can figure out how to do that. Delete forever. There we go. YouTube gets real antsy when you try and click that delete forever button. It like gives you all these pop-ups and are you sure you want to delete it forever? You can't undo this action. It will be gone. So they come up in YouTube Studio, Mike. So they are going. No pressure pot. Shit, that's pretty good, man. With no pressure pot, that's really good. How deep was that pour? Holy crap. I've got a big jug of ice epoxy I haven't had a chance to try out yet. So are either of you guys actually sponsored by ice epoxy, or are you just buying their stuff and using it? It's taken a long time to delete those. I don't know why. So maybe that's why. How many people we've got on? We've only got 2. Maybe other people are waiting on the other ones. I don't know. No, I don't know why there's 3 of them. That's a bit odd. That's a bit odd. Anyway, I used it. Seems good. Takes longer to cure though, but nothing wrong with that. How long was the curing time? Because the Health of Mind stuff, man, takes bloody ages. About 1.3 litres. Yeah, right. How deep was it, though? How deep? I've just been playing with rusty stuff and lining Kim's hobby room. Awesome, Mike. Awesome. I've been working... I'm sure you've seen a couple of posts about it. I've only really spoken to my Patreons about it, but... been working on that, you can't see it, it's over there now, but the TV, you might have seen in my stories. I have this TV that's been floating around the workshop for a while. It's actually a custom build. So yeah, it's a pretty cool project. I want to do a little bit of work on it while we're on the live, because today's one of the only 2 days I can get in the shop on this off swing. So I'm not sponsored by them, but they did reach out on Instagram and ask if they could send me a batch for free for some reason. So I said, yes, please. Right. Lovely. They sound familiar. I was talking to a guy who was going to start distributing some brand here, but I can't remember what brand it was. But that's cool. You can't say no to free resin, man. Like, can't say no to free resin. This still hasn't, oh, there we go. Successfully deleted. All right, Mike. Let me know if they're gone now, man. They should be gone. Hopefully. Hopefully. That should have worked. That should have worked. But yeah. So what's everyone been up to? Seeing how it looks after posting it, might edit it a bit. It was a 2-litre jug from Kmart, so maybe 150 ml, slightly more. Yeah, okay, I think I've got the same jugs here. I don't say no to free anything. Getting another box of Starbond one of these days too. Man, I need some of that Starbond for free, hey. That shit's expensive. I spent like $200 on glue. It's just mental. Cure maybe 3 to 4 days. Yeah, that's fairly standard, man. I reckon the Health of Mind resin's probably about the same sort of time frame. I've been trying to get back to work. First day back today from being in close contact. Have been at home. Although you didn't have to isolate anymore as a close contact, unless it was someone in your house. But yeah, I had to take a week off work. What was that, like 4 weeks ago now, I think, because of COVID. I'm just hoping I don't catch it again, because it completely wrecked everything. It totally flipped my roster. It just sucked. So the good thing is, once you've had it, you don't have to do a rat test again for 12 weeks. So like, I got a rat test every day at work, and then, you know, you're on the planes flying, so you got a rat test before that as well. So it's good just not to have to do it. So let's see, it's really annoying that you can't I can't see what's going on my front screen, but you can see the TV like just there, and you can sort of see leaning up against my J&D sign there's like a screen kind of thing. So that up the back there will enable this TV to become a touch screen, right? Which is a pretty cool little feature. And then all of this here is timber that I've cut up and sorted out, and it's gonna create like a frame around that, and then that screen is gonna go across the top. So what you're gonna end up with, and now I don't know what you're sort of seeing here. This is the most annoying part. I gotta wait for the catch up on here to make sure it's framed right. But what you're gonna end up with is like this big box with a clear top. It's like a tabletop, and you can see down into the TV. And it's for a Dungeons and Dragons player. And apparently it's gonna be like a touch screen, like board for the game. So you got your little figurines and that. And there we go, we'll turn you a little bit, it's just caught up. So you got your little figurines, I believe, and like you can move them around. He's gonna have like maps and that come up on the TV, and you can move the figurines around, and because it's gonna be a touch screen, it's gonna sense where it is on the map, and that like sounds really bloody cool. And then with the box, there's gonna be like PowerPoints all around it, I guess, to charge devices and stuff. I'm gonna put some handles on it, and then I'm gonna burn it today. So I built it up, and then I bought that torch. You probably saw in my story last week. Bought that new trade flame torch. So we're going to give it a burn, give it a nice aesthetic. I've given it a light sanding at like, I think about 100. I couldn't read what grit the sandpaper was. I'm pretty sure it wasn't 80 though. So I reckon it's like 120 grit sandpaper. I didn't want to take the saw marks out of it because I wanted to sort of look a bit beat up. It was more just to remove the pencil marks from marking everything out. But I actually even think it could be cool to like belt the timber up a little bit. But I haven't clarified those sort of things with the client. So I'm just going sort of out on a whim and thinking it's a super cool idea. But if it pans out, I haven't done a video or anything on this. This was a custom job that it was already sort of half built. That's what you can see in the background there, that sort of frame there. That was the original frame to go around the outside. But to do it properly, it just wasn't thick enough. Like it wasn't high enough to inlay your touch screen and the perspex to cover the TV. And it wasn't square. It wasn't going to work properly. So I just rebuilt the outside of it. We kept the solid oak. It's got Tasmanian oak as the base that the TV's mounted to. So we kept that. Then just using the pine to go around the outside so it's quite nice and light because you're lifting a TV because this is going to be, he's going to be able to lift it, put it on the table kind of thing. So, but hey, if it goes well, I'm going to look at it being like a bit of a product that we might, sort of make in combination together because it's really cool. I'd like to see it in action and see how it works. But I've been trying to get back. Oh, I read that. You don't really... but my work needs to get approvals or whatever. Yeah, right. You should try to win my upcoming giveaway. There's a box of Star Bond going into that package. Not sure how much, but they said they'd send some to whoever wins. Wicked, Mike. I haven't seen anything about a giveaway, man. When's your giveaway? And what do I have to do to enter? That's a super rad project. Cheers, man. Yeah, it is pretty cool. To begin with, I was like, yep, I'll knock it out. He just wanted me to sort of finish it up. I was like, yep, I'll just knock it out. No worries, we'll get it done quick. But I couldn't do it. I was just like, nah, we need to remake this and make this cool. And yeah, I think it's going to be pretty cool. I don't know enough about Dungeons and Dragons, but I think like even engraving some emblems and that, like my head straight away obviously jumps to like Viking runes to like burn into it, which would be really cool, like the axes that I'm working on. But no, we're just going to burn it now, give it a bit of a look, and then, I don't know, maybe, I haven't decided what finish. I don't have any spray lacquer, but we need something to sort of seal it in. But yeah, so I just used the table saw, you can see on the inside here, just use the table saw to cut this rebate out. And that perfectly fits the touchscreen and the perspex. They'll just slot in there. So yeah, it's come along well. So we're going to burn that in a bit. Man, some of these YouTube accounts that I follow, they just rack up some crazy views so quickly, eh? It's mental. On another note, we're at 3981 subscribers. I can't remember how many we had last fortnight. I feel like it was like 3840 or something? I'm not sure. I can't remember. But we're close. We're on, what are we now? 19 subscribers away from 4,000. 19. So hopefully in the next week, I reckon, we'll tick over that mark. Let's check these, just make sure those videos are definitely gone. So I'm fighting with DaVinci right now. Once we become friends, the first video about the giveaway will come out. Ah, wicked, man. What are you fighting with DaVinci about? What is the issue? I might be able to help you. I had to do some editing this morning, actually. I had to shoot a video for Hairy Man Care. So I knocked that up and edited it all before this live stream. So that was good. That was good. But yeah. I haven't got We haven't got any hits off of Instagram or Facebook. People jumping on. It's just a couple of us this morning. So what are you fighting with, Mike, on DaVinci? I tell you what, I got this set up at home, right? So I can't even remember how big it is. I think it's like a 36-inch curved monitor and that to do all my editing before we bought this place. And it was great because I used to, on my last job, obviously, on that night before I'd start night shift, I'd stay up all night and that's when I'd do all my editing and stuff. So it was good. But I've been doing a little bit of editing at work now, and obviously I'm not going to take a big bloody curved monitor screen with me, so I've had to do it all on the laptop. And it's painful. It is so painful to just use this little screen to do all the editing. I miss having a bigger screen, like in a proper setup to do my editing, massively. I just haven't used it enough, so every time I do, I need to relearn all the damn functions. Yeah, I get what you mean, man. It is what screen are you using? The biggest thing that I had to wrap my head around, right, is when you open it up. Can you actually, yeah, you can see there. We've got to wait for it to load, but I need to download 18 actually. I'm still running on DaVinci 17. But right, when you open it up, this edit tab, I never use this edit tab, right? The cut tab, sorry. A lot of people use the cut tab to edit on, but the biggest problem I had was getting files in. So obviously you've got your media page here, and this is where you drop all your files in. But this cut page, I never use it. So I don't know if you're using it, but if you are, good luck to you. If you're struggling with it, just jump straight into the edit tab and just use this to do all your editing, man. You just grab your media pool, like whatever you put in on your media page down here. So this is the files on your computer. You drag them down into here. And then when you jump to your edit tab, they'll pop up here. So you just drag them onto your timeline. This is your timeline down here. And yeah, I use the Fusion tab a bit. That's where you do like your special effects and stuff in the Fusion tab. So if you don't want to do special effects, don't worry about Fusion. Your color tab is obviously where you can do your color grading. You can also do masking in there, which is pretty good. What's this tab? The Fairlight tab. I've never used it, never even looked at it. And then you've obviously got your Deliver tab, which is where you go to export everything. But yeah, you do get used to it, man. You do get used to it, especially if you're just doing basic like cut and stitch together. It's it's pretty good. And if you want to speed footage up and slow it all down, I did struggle with that to begin with, but it's not going to let me because I haven't got any media in there. But you want to use like your speed ramping and stuff like that in DaVinci, as opposed to just speeding up the time of the frame. But yeah. So, and I know I'm gonna kick off a TikTok. Oh, a little spider here joining us today. Get out of it. Go away. But I'm gonna kick off a TikTok live for this burning, in the hopes that we can get some love over on TikTok as well, because let me go and have a look, but I'm so close. I don't know how close exactly, but we're close to 10,000 over on TikTok, and well, not as close as I thought. I thought I was at 9.9, but it's 9.1. So I need like 800 followers, 820 followers more over there to get to 10,000. And once I get to 10,000, I can monetize, I believe, over there. So I want to get that done as well. And I think lives are a good way to bring people in over there, especially surely if they see that the trade flame burning timber and that should bring some people in, hopefully. It feels like last time I used it, it wasn't as hard to figure out. I'll get there. I'll give us a yell, man, if you do need a hand with it at all. It's yeah, it does take a bit. I do remember when I first started with it, man. I was just doing little segments and then jumping back into iMovie. But yeah, it is. You'll get there eventually. You will get there eventually. But I reckon let's jump in, because I am itching to get some burning done on this timber and see how it looks. I've done one just to test the idea, see how it works, but I had to sand it a little bit, so I've got to redo that anyway. But I reckon once they're all burnt up, they're going to look sick. So we'll have a crack at that. Alright, I'll bring this tripod right up, and then we'll sort of get a top view over everything. This thing is so good. Like, it's just so easy to use. It's mental. Look at that. Compared to the old setup that I was using, it's yeah, it's crazy how much better that is. Oh, look at that. You can pretty much get the whole table saw in, so you should see that no matter what. It's only because I've used iMovie for like 8 years before moving over. Yeah, I was the same, dude. I was exactly the same. It was iMovie all the way. Now, I don't want to burn that, so I'm very conscious of that. We're going to get the best saw marks on the top here as well. So, it's I don't want to burn the sides too much, like the joins too much though, because I do want the glue, still got to make sure the glue has a good hold. It's going to stink of burnt wood in here. What I was also thinking though is I probably should burn the, oh, there's definitely some glue or resin in that. Should probably burn the inside as well, so that if you're looking, anyone looking in, not that they're going to be able to see much in there, but so that if they can see anything, it's burnt the same. Yeah, I reckon someone's like glued this knot back in on this, because that knot, it's like burning resin when you go over that. It like bubbles up. You know what I didn't do though? I didn't set up the TikTok live. All right, Bradley, how are you? I missed it, so sorry. I didn't get anything to say. I didn't get anything to say you were going live. Brad, check your, if you go onto my YouTube page, onto my YouTube channel, make sure the little bell's rung. You got to click the bell and hit all, but then you got to make sure your phone, like your YouTube settings are also, like your phone settings for YouTube allow notifications to come through. So it can be a bit restrictive, unfortunately. It makes it pretty hard for, I guess, YouTubers to be able to get their notifications through to the subscribers. It's a bit of a pain, but yeah, I mean, I was looking at my analytics not too long ago, and it was just the other day, and it was like 10% of people are getting my notifications, which is not much at all. So I'm just setting up something for the TikTok live, guys. So give me 2 secs. There we go. That should be a good angle there, hopefully. Yep, beauty. All right. And this, man, this is just so easy. Like, one click every time. So good. Bit of a scratch on the timber there. So this timber wasn't actually originally going to be used for this, so the client gave me this as well. And this was just supposed to be so I could add little bits in certain areas, but I've just gone and taken it and like rebuilt the entire project with it. So I'm glad that he brought it round, and I'm glad there was enough of it to sort of make it work to be able to rebuild it. The hardest thing with burning timber like this is blending it. You don't want it to look like you've just gone back and forth. Right. Oh, she's getting a bit warm there. Perfect. And now we want to do the inside, but I've got to stay away from that. Although I do need to get that top edge, so could be interesting. Try and do it quick, I guess. There we go. Perfect. Takes a bit, but it comes up looking nice, I reckon. Completely changes it. And as you can see, we've still got a bit of the texture. You can see some of the saw marks along the top there, which is what I wanted to keep in. Like, I'm even contemplating giving a bit more of a bashing around the sides there to give it a bit more character. You know, after all, it is for the gameplay. So what do we got over here? If it's anything like Canadian pine, it's a natural resin within the knot itself. A lot of our softwood is full of pitch pockets like that, especially around knots. That could be exactly what it is, Mike. See? You know lots more than me, man. Fraser, how are you, mate? How you doing? We are just kicking off, trying to get some burning done on this project so that I can finish it up and have a bit of room left on my table saw, because this project has been sitting on the table saw for a couple of weeks now. So as you can see on this one, we've got the cutouts for PowerPoints, HDMI, USB ports, that sort of thing. These look rough as, and I regretfully took these measurements off the original carcass and have only just been able to get the screws in. So I'm really hoping that there's going to be enough grab there for the PowerPoints to hang on to. But just to give you a bit of an idea of why I haven't tidied these holes up a bit more, it's because you're going to be left with sort of a situation like that. So you're going to have PowerPoints over it, so it covers it up. Still looks nice and clean. So yeah, all about the texturing today and getting this outer edge to look a bit more rough and tumble. There we go. Now, I mean, I've never played the game, right? So, what do we got over here? Shazzy, how you doing? I've never played the game, right? But I assume that that look is going to suit much better than that look will. Much better. I've got you on in the background while I make my first workbench, trying to figure out how I want to attach the top. Fraser, nice man, that's a good project to kick off. Yeah, I suppose there's a number of different ways you could attach the top. My outfeed table, I just went with pocket hole screws from underneath. It depends how removable you need it to be, I guess, really, and what it's made of. I've got to run, have fun, and catch you next time. Mike Day, catch you later, man. Eric, how are ya? What kind of workbench you building, Fraser? Yeah, Fraser, tell us a little bit more about the workbench, mate. Tell us the situation over there. Now the top edge, this has got all the detail from the saw marks, which I tried to retain as much of that as I could, while also giving it a light sand. But it was just a very, very light sand. Much better, much better. Oh no, they're not going to be so... Are we going to see them from the inside though? That's a point. Maybe I should just make sure that I get a bit of charring on the inside of here as well. Just in case anything is visible from the outside. Oh, let him go out. That's a first. Beauty. There we go. That's what we need. All right. Woodworking, pine frame, laminated Tassie oak beam for the top with a pine tool well. Yeah, nice, mate. I mean, yeah, I'd probably use pocket holes myself. They're super easy to go in. They're clean, especially under a workbench. You don't see them, and they're easy enough to remove if you do need to remove the top. Like my outfeed table, I was actually only thinking today, it's probably coming close to either a really, really decent sanding or replacement. So, using reclaimed wood, yeah, nice, nice. Overhang on the left side for a vise, beautiful. Bloody hell, typing in the car is not fun. Oh, you're not driving, good man, good man. So like a Rubo style, I just tenoned the top of my legs straight into the top from underneath. Yeah, I was thinking dowels in the legs, but worried that the overhang where the vise is will tip it off the dowels. Yeah, I'd go personally, screws, mate, would be my attack. Worried screws might cause issues with wood movement. Are you sealing the top of it? And it's obviously not one big piece, you're gluing a bunch together, aren't you? So as long as you got the alternating end grain, you know, sort of scooping, I'll do it over here so you can see, but sort of like, you know, one piece scoops down, one piece scoops up, one piece scoops down, like that, you should be okay, really. I'm just going to hook this GoPro onto charge, guys, so it's time for the overheating to start soon. But, ooh, that's going to unbalance us a little bit as well, isn't it? We're only on 37%. Timonius, how are you, mate? All right, this is the one that I've already done, but I had to sand it a little bit. So I'm going to give it a reburn, fill these patches in. Oh, and it's burning very differently. That's interesting, isn't it? Make sure we get the inside here done too. Didn't do any sanding on the top here. So she's pretty well good. Just hit the inside a little bit. Didn't take the sticker off either. That does not smell nice. I'll tell you that much for free. There we go. Beauty. Check these comments again. Yeah, the beam is already laminated, but I'll check that out. Screws for sure, you can make the holes a bit bigger for movement. I think he's talking about expansion and contraction width-wise, and he's probably right to be concerned. Would have to see the design to be able to recommend an attachment method. I'm mostly making it up as I go. Fraser, have you checked out when I built this bench, mate? The outfeed table. So if it's anything similar to this, I've had no issues with wood movement, and I use pocket hole screws to attach these, and that hasn't been an issue at all. So something to keep in mind possibly. Last one. Yeah, those knots are full of resin, eh? Whether it's natural or not, I'm not sure. But it is all through there. Oh, I don't reckon that's something that I want on my table saw. All right, and that completes that segment. So I'll let those rest for a bit, and the end. If only I knew how to end these lives. There we go. Right. See, this is... All right. Now, I don't know again what you guys can see because I can't see what you can see anymore, which is rather frustrating. I gotta wait for the catch up down there. I reckon it's somewhere around there, should be about right though. But I just did like, what, 10 minutes of TikTok lives and we got 296 views, which is mental. 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 All right. Where was I up to? That's what we're all doing, but best part is because this workbench is going to be beat up anyway, so it's a good project to learn on. Can I post an link to the workbench? Yeah, man, Fraser, you can post a link, man. Like, we can copy, you can copy and if anyone wants to check it out, they can copy and paste it into a browser. I'm sure that'll work. Link won't show up unless you're Jax or a moderator. I'm not fancy like Mike here. I don't actually have moderators on my lives. Oh, yeah, I'm having beers. I did see a comment there somewhere. It's empty though, Mike, so I do need to go for a walk in a second. Like I said, I tenon my legs right into mortises on the underside of the top, and I haven't had movement problems either. Mike, are they like all the way through mortises so you can see the tenons on the top of your bench, and then you like wedge the tenon so it gets a bit wider through the top, makes it look nice and fancy? Is that what you did? The boards I laminated for the top are all in the quarter sawn orientation too, which cuts down on movement. I still haven't learned that the different orientations of the sawing. Hey, that's something I need to learn and lock in my brain. No beers today. Yes, I've only got 4 beers in the fridge though, so not as many as last live. Chili, how are you, man? Just posted it, not sure if chat can see it. No, can't see the link at all, man. You know, one other devastating thing that happened to me, and I don't know if I told you guys this, but my bloody vise on my workbench, right? I was clamping up these axes that I'm working on, and the casting split straight through. Like, oh, you guys are plugged into charge, so it makes it a bit harder to move around now. But check this shit out. Like, that's the other end of the casting. It just split straight through. And that also, that can come off. That's like dead now. But that'll probably live there for like the next 2 to 3 months, I reckon. But yeah, that's just mental. The actual casting just split. So I'm pretty annoyed about that because the only other vise I've got in my shop, I can't zoom, but it's like right there. It's like a metalworking vise. So that's a bit of a pain in the ass, but these things happen when you don't know what you're doing and you make silly mistakes, I guess. Oh, what are we moving there? Gotta get these adjustments right. I'm good, mate. How are you going? Yeah, I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good. Just working on this D&D project. You missed the intro for it. I don't know if you saw the burning and that, but we're working on like a touch screen board that's a TV for D&D players. So it's a pretty cool project. They're not through tenons. They're about 50 mil deep into my 80 mil top. Holy crap, man. Your top is 80 mil. Wow. That is a thick top on your bench. My top here is like 20 mil. Take the device back as that's a warranty issue. Yeah, but it's old now. Well, it's not old. It's probably like 12 months maybe. I don't reckon they'd cover it by warranty, to be honest. I could try. See what they say. Maybe I will try. All right, I'm gonna get a beer, guys, because I am out. I'll be back in a second. It certainly smells of burning wood in here. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Sorry guys, 2 more minutes. I will be back in a second. Oh, plumbing issues, which is fantastic. All right, where we at? Take the device back. Your reaction made me think I screwed up my metric approximation, so I measured it. It's bang on 80 mil thick, just over 3 inches. Wow, that's super thick, man. My top's not even an inch thick. Hey Mike, this is what it's like when the host walks away. Yeah, sorry guys. I tried to open that back door to like let some of the burnt smell out, And there's a block pipe out there that's coming up into my backyard, which I haven't noticed. So I'm gonna have to go and sort that once I'm done this live. I'll go and figure out what the hell's going on. Should go back and watch my workbench build. It's a hefty beast. No, I'm not having it. Legs are not 950 by 950. That's not a thing, Mike. You've messed up your millimeters there, I'm sure. Legs are 95 by 95, maybe? Like 95 mil. Your legs aren't a meter by a meter, man. What are mine on here? I think my legs on here, I think, are about 80 by 80. So we've got to construct that, put that together. Meant 95, yeah, I thought you did. But yes, so I need to put that together. But I'm worried now about this bloody leaking pipe outside. 0.95 by 0.95 meters. Yeah, that's a little bit big for a leg. Oh, Chili, what have you been working on lately, man? What have you been working on? Let me just log in here. Oh, I'm not even going to be able to, am I? I'm going to need numbers and stuff that I just don't remember. All right. Chili is watching you and I'm chasing the budgies back to the cage. Lovely, lovely. Shouldn't have let them out, mate. Shouldn't have let them out. Oh man, I hate plumbing issues. I hate plumbing issues. Such a pain. Who grows up and wants to be a plumber anyway? Who does that? And it's a Saturday, which means I'm gonna have to wait till Monday. Fantastic. I've got some cool battens in the works and made a camphor baseball bat. Lovely, camphor baseball bat. That would be a bit soft to actually use though, wouldn't it? Have you got a steady rest? I still want to do my baseball bat, but I haven't got myself a steady rest yet. So, and by the way guys, I will be capping this live around an hour and a half because last fortnight, we went for like 3.5 hours and it was good. It was good, don't get me wrong, but I couldn't do anything else that day. And I've got a lot of stuff to do today. So we'll run for like, yeah, another half hour or so. Had to clean it. Ah, lovely. He made me another cutting board yesterday. Nice. Yeah, I need to make some more cutting boards for inside, I think. And I want to make a cover for the sink so you can just sit on there when you're not using the sink so that it's, you know, part of the bench. It won't blend in because the bench is stone, but just to cap it off and yeah, use it as a cutting board as well. So I think that's the way to go. That's the way to go. But who wants to see how this TV setup goes together? Hey, what do you reckon? I'm thinking we can put it together, like just mock up together and see how it looks if you're keen. If not, no stress at all. We don't have to. I can do that after we're done. So that's fine too. But yes, so I am back in the workshop again Wednesday. No steady rest. It's actually pretty decent to swing for hitting a piñata. Oh yeah, for a piñata, I'm sure it'll be fine. But yes, I'm going to be back in the shop Wednesday. Hopefully finish up my video that I'm working on, which is the Pinterest video, the Pinterest family video, what Pinterest pals decided on. So yeah, I've got to do some, well, I've still got a fair bit of work to do on them, but hopefully get them finished up Wednesday, and then I fly back to work on Thursday morning. And then while I'm at work, I'll probably try and figure out what video we want to work on next, or what project I want to film next. Because yeah, I'm probably only looking at really one day in the workshop on the swing back and one day doing these lives. So I can do a little bit of work around the lives, but yeah. All right, let's rearrange this camera. We'll bring the TV over. Stephen, on the way to install some LED bar tops, so no beer for me. How you doing, man? Yep, I am good. I am good. LED bar tops. That sounds like an interesting install. And if you want to turn a baseball bat without a steady rest, start from the tailstock and work towards the headstock. Use your hand to steady if needed. Yeah, but see, I was going to be doing a resin one. So I feel like when you turn, even if you start at the tailstock and work down to the headstock, I suppose it depends. If you do the handle at the tailstock, it might be a bit, yeah, probably be a better way to do it. I'm just worried the resin will heat up and then it goes floppy and then you lose the whole thing. Because what's a standard bat, like 1.2 meters or something, isn't it? But let's rearrange this camera again. And we'll bring this TV over and set it up, show you what we're looking at for this project. Whoa, nearly lost ya. This, I'll tell you what, just plugging the cord in throws the balance off on this camera so much. It's amazing. There we go. I think you're fairly stable there. Let's hope you don't fall over. So, it's a bit dusty at the moment, but you have the TV there that I've mounted onto this Tassie oak, I believe it is. Let's make sure that's in frame there. Move it over a little bit. Yep, a festival bar, something different. Wow, that's cool, man. That is cool. All right, so I'm just going to tuck these cables in for the time being, because I'm not doing any of the electric work on this. I refuse. So, that's the bottom piece. Oh, we've had a little bit of warping from burning these, so let's hope that that's not going to affect it too much. It's a bit worrying. I didn't consider it warping. It's, yeah, there's quite a bit of movement there actually. Did not consider that. So that's the frame that's going to go around it, sort of like that. I'll take this bottom piece off though. And then we come over with the Perspex. Now, just keep in mind this Perspex still has the protective coating on it, so it's not super clear, but it will be once I peel that protective layer off. So we'll put that in first. That sits over the TV to protect, so you're not putting anything on the actual TV screen, right? Alright, so that goes in like that. Then this touch screen goes on top of the Perspex, and it should be a super snug fit, really. I had all of this actually clamped last time I mocked it up, so it was slightly easier to get together when it was clamped. But what I'm actually thinking is take this out, slide that, and just slide it around. It might be a bit of an easier way to mock this up. certainly easier with it clamped up. And then we just come over the side here, do one of these ones. Still need that in there. That. That's why, because that's pushed over. There we go, it's a nice snug fit. Like that. And then we've got the back piece here, which, I've put them around the wrong way actually, because the back piece has a channel in it, which must be this one. No, it's not. All right, what have we done here? What have we done here? Where's the channel? The channel's on that one over there. So, but I am sure all right. This one here needs to be on that side. So I did have them round the right way. I just think I've got the touch screen oriented differently. So let's orient the touch screen this way, like so. That'll fix it. And we'll put the side back on, which we might have to start right up here for. Slide that on, like so. Then, this is definitely the bottom piece because it's got the hole cut out there, which is actually going to function as like to allow the remote to still control the TV. Whatever that is, infrared or something. And then your top piece goes on there, and then the cutout for that cable will feed through the side here. So all the cables are going to be running internally. That's why I've got this little cutout here, so that cable can loop around. I feel like we haven't got the perspex in this one. Let's try and rectify that. Right, this was so much easier to do with clamps around this frame. I tell you what, massively easier. Holy crap. Massively easier. You get the idea, right? I don't think it's going to go together because it's just going to keep moving. And we need it clamped, ideally. Oh no, there we go. Oh, I can't see where those cables are. So, that's basically how it's going to look. Right? Once we'll close all the joints in, obviously. And then, so the perspex protects the TV. You put your pieces down. The TV will have a map on it. And I'm glad I burnt the inside because you can slightly see it in areas, so that's good. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be a case of where that is mounted though, isn't it? Sorry guys, talking to myself, but anyway. So yeah, and then this black border is what creates it as a touch screen, so it identifies where things are. And then you're gonna have 2 plugs on this side, HDMI and that, so you can plug it into a computer, and it's gonna be ready to go. What do we got here? VFX Soup, how are you, man? Hello from California. Been working at Perry's skydiving place on this movie. Hope you're well. Awesome, awesome. Skydiving place definitely sounds interesting, mate. We are doing quite well, thank you. Chili also turns using a skew with one hand so the other one can steady the piece because he's fancy. Yeah, fancy and dangerous. Will the TV get hot in there? Yes. Well, there is plenty of air in there, but the client actually did message me today asking if we can put some vents on the bottom. So that is something I'm going to be adding to it as well. Had to step away for a second, came back to a confused Jack's working on a puzzle. 5-piece puzzles are tricky. Thanks, Chili. Do not disassemble. You just need to assemble it with clamps. Once you assemble it with clamps, it's all good. But this is going to come separately away as well. So that's just going to be screwed into the base so that you can access the TV if you need to for whatever reason. So what I need to do now, because now I've got black soot all over my hands, need to seal this with some finish. I'm not sure what yet. And I'm thinking I'll do that before the glue up. Then we'll glue it up with the Perspex and the sensor in there. Then we'll screw it down to the base. Then we'll give it back to the client. He can then take this off, sort out all the wiring. I'll screw the power points in where they need to be in that, and then yeah, give it back to him. He can sort out all the wiring, and then I'll probably get it back for him for some photos of it once it's all finished up and ready to go. Because I definitely want to be able to grab a little bit of content. I haven't done like any build content on this one because it was originally just a throw together, finish it off kind of job. But it's become a bit more in depth than that. So, and I think it's going to be a cool project. So if there's some interest in it, we'll definitely look at producing some more of these, I think, and making them a sellable piece. Maybe a little battery powered fan in there somewhere after it's vented. Well, it's going to have feet on the bottom as well, Mike, so hopefully it'll just have enough natural airflow. But there's quite a bit of space. I've got it mounted on a piece of, how big was it? I feel like it's 28mm like particle board that I used as the mount. The same stuff that's up on the wall here behind me, it's an offcut of that. But so it's got quite a chunk behind the TV base, and then it's also, obviously the TV gets thinner towards the screen. So there is a bit of air in there, but I guess a fan probably, if we do have overheating problems, then maybe a fan up on this side, because this side's got nothing on it. So yeah, perhaps a fan on this end would do the trick. Just looking at that and how that was sorted out. Anyway, yeah, perhaps a fan there would be a good thing to add on. Maybe a little, it doesn't even need to be battery powered, Mike, because it's all going to be wired up so it can be plugged in. So yeah, I mean, it can just be another thing that gets added into it. I would get some PC fans that can get plugged into USB or something, then it's always powered when the TV is on, but that's just me. I'm just worried, what sort of noise will that generate though? How much is one of these touchscreen surfaces that go over the TV? I would totally make one of these someday if it's cost efficient. It depends where you source it from, man. But if you buy them in bulk, you can obviously get a much better price. But I feel like that, I can't remember actually. I feel like I didn't buy it, but I feel like he said maybe it was like $150 or $200. And you can get different sizes to suit each TV. So I think, I don't know inches. I think it's a 42-inch TV. And then you can get like your 50-inch because you've got to get the right, obviously the right touchscreen thing for the right TV. So, but no, I think it's going to be sick. And yeah, once that's finished up, if we can spark a bit of interest around that, and obviously if it's cost efficient, then I might look at, we might look at producing that, because we're going to put handles on each side as well. So you can just pick it up, put it to the side. When you want to use it, you put it down on your table, because there's companies out there that build D&D tables, but they're not digital and they're super expensive, like thousands and thousands of dollars. So they are pretty quiet. All right, well, that's something I can suggest to the client then, and see if he wants to go down that route. They wouldn't make too much noise, I wouldn't think, especially being under the table. Well, see, I reckon if we put a fan on, because they're, oh yeah, I guess we could do it on under the bottom. I don't want to unmount the TV. I don't know if unmount's a word. I feel like it's not. But I don't want to take the TV off, because I've mounted it perfectly centered, and I just know it's going to be, it was very hard to do, because I had to screw the particle board into the back of the TV first, and then lay the TV on, lift it up, hold it perfectly centered, and drill in from the back into the particle board to lock it all in. So I don't want to do that again, because that was a mission, and I just know it won't go back in the same spot. So I'm trying to install, so I was thinking maybe if we put a fan here, because this section here is going to be, that's where the TV is the thinnest at the top here. So if we put a fan here and then some vents on the bottom, I can just drill some holes from underneath, like a bunch of holes, and then get my hand in on the inside and somehow secure some mesh over those holes so that bugs can't get in. And then if we have a fan here, that'll push air in and then hopefully out the bottom. Super cool. You could have it in a game room and use it as a TV, and then just lay it down to use it as a game board. Yeah, well, you could, definitely. But I think he's specifically going to be using this as the game board. It'll be interesting to make, like, just to see it all come together, see if it works. So apparently there's a program you can buy to like run all the maps and everything like that. So it'll just be something really cool to see sort of all come together. I cannot believe though how much burning that timber has warped, has actually warped that board. Look at that. Look at that. That's a massive curve on it. That's such a shame. Oh, we'll have to use some screws to pull it all back into line. Force it to be straight again. But no, I definitely think I'm going to have to, just looking at this now, I'm going to have to burn the bottom of that too, because that mounts on top. So yeah, I'm going to have to go around and burn that as well, I think. Otherwise, I mean, you can see there, the contrast is massively different. That's going to be interesting. Plywood end grain burning. That was sanded though, so that base plate was sanded because the original carcass wasn't square. So I'm just hoping that we've got enough excess to make it all fit. I'm a bit worried about that fit up at the end, because if it doesn't work, then I'm going to have to sand these to fit the shape of this, which means I'm going to have to reburn them all. And I don't want to do that once it's all together. I don't want to be putting heat in too close to the TV. But it's a super cool project. It's something different, that's for sure. I haven't seen anyone make anything like that. And if I had built it from scratch, definitely would have done a video on it. Definitely. But as I said, I wasn't planning on rebuilding this whole thing. The original plan was just to use that carcass. But that it wasn't big enough for, yeah, the way the customer sort of said, oh, you could just slap this and this and, you know, glue a bit of wood on the top to hold the frame, to hold the touchscreen sensor and that in. It just was not going to work. I wasn't confident that it would have been strong enough, because that's only like 19, 20 mil thick as well. So there was not enough glue surface. I wasn't confident in it at all. Whereas this, we've got the rebate in there. I'm super confident in this that it should stay together. Get some wrought iron cut nails or something to pull it back together. and keep it in the same finish style. Some raw. Yeah, well, I reckon to pull it all together, I'm still debating this now. But so what I'm going to do for mocking it, but then I suppose that's going to be quite hard as well. But I'm going to mock it up. I'm going to put band clamps on it, no glue. I'm going to put band clamps on it. Mock it all up, get all of these miter joints in line where I want them. And then what I was thinking was, once it's square and I'm happy with it, I'll screw it into the base. Then I'll take the band clamps off. Then I'll take the screws out. And that way I've got the location holes in this ready to go. So then what I can do is I can put the glue on the miter joints, screw it up, put the band clamps on, then unscrew it and take it off just so any squeeze out doesn't glue it to the base. And then that way it keeps it all lined up, hopefully. Hopefully. Instead of screws. Well, we want to use the screws because it needs to come apart just in case something goes wrong with the TV or the electrics or whatever. And I'm not doing the electrics either. So I need to glue all of this up so the top can come off and they can do all the electrics on the inside. So yeah, unfortunately we've got to use, it'd be good just to seal it all up really, but at the end of the day we do need to have that fail-safe of being able to open it up again. So guys, that's basically what I'm working on. The back there, I didn't get to clean that up because I did this just before I flew out. So it's just a shit show back there. And I was supposed to spend the rest of today continuing to work on this and hopefully get it all glued up. But I'm just a bit concerned now about the drain outside. So, oh, I get it. The screws won't be seen. No, so the screws will be, coming in from the base. So that's why this is sitting on top of the base. And again, one of the only reasons I'm doing it that way is because that original carcass was done like that and the screw holes are already in the base. So I was going to build this so that it sat on the outside of that because I don't like end grain of plywood particularly. And plus I think that just looks silly because you're going to have this nice timber and then you're going to have the plywood, which is clearly factory made. But I figured utilize the screw holes that are there, and if we didn't do it that way, if you did look at the bottom, you're going to have all these screw holes that aren't getting used. So I've also got to inlay feet into the screw holes, adjustable feet. So yeah, I thought you were talking about reinforcing the miters. No, so I'm not going to reinforce the miters. I was going to put some biscuits in there, but I figured there's no real tension on them. The biggest point of tension is going to be when you lift it, and I'm going to be putting the handles on the big sides. So there's going to be a handle here and a handle on the other side. So you can lift it up and get it through doorways easily. So the most tension that's going to be on it is at that point. And again, most of the tension then I feel will translate through to the screws because you're going to be lifting from here and the base is what the weight of the TV is attached to. So I'm not planning on reinforcing those miters. I was originally going to do splines before the burning and that, but I don't think we'll need it. I don't know. What do you reckon? What do you guys reckon? I don't think it's necessary. It's it's definitely under a lot more stress than a picture frame, but essentially it's just a frame. So it's not like it's a box, a storage box or anything like that, or a trinket box that, then you probably would look at reinforcing the miters a bit. But that's what the original one was, bloody mitered, but then nailed as well. And you could see all those nails. But it wasn't square. So it's a shame because that was Tassie oak as well. So it matched that, the base plate. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So, but yeah, so we are at an hour and a half, guys. So if anyone has anything they'd like to share, we need to do that now because I do need to get a crack on and finish up what I'm doing here because I need to focus on Wednesday on these axes and get these axes done. And of course, as you know, we're doing this fortnightly now, so I will 2 Saturdays, not next Saturday, the Saturday after, we'll be doing this all again. So make sure you bring your beers and, you know, have a project ready to talk about, I reckon. Have a project that you're working on that we can talk through. That's where I was talking about the wrought iron nails, because then it would be a design feature too. Don't think you need it. Need to though. Yeah, right, gotcha, Mike. Yeah. Now I don't reckon you need it either. I reckon that'll be a bit of Type Bond 3 on there. That'll be plenty strong enough, I reckon, to do what it's doing. At the end of the day, most of the time it is just the frame. And as I said, the tension from the lifting, well, the handles will be on here, but the tension will be passed through to the screws. And I'm pretty sure there's like 6 or 8 screw holes along there. So I think it is. It should be fine. Hit that like button. Yes, guys, if you wouldn't mind, smash that like button for us. Tell the YouTube algorithm that you like this, because at the moment, these lives are the only videos I've got coming out. I've edited my next video up until the point that I can. Obviously, I'm not finished the project yet, so yeah, I need to finish that. I need to film all of that, and then I'm going to have to edit that as well. So that's absolute minimum a week away, but in reality, I will probably say it's about 3 weeks away. 2 weeks to get it done, a week for my Patreon guys to have access to it, because my Patreon guys get early access, and then I'll put it out, publish it. So I think, yeah, realistically, we're at least 3 weeks out. Yeah, Jax needs to catch up to Mike at 5K subs. Yeah, thanks for that, Chili. Thank you very much. I'm about to hit 4K. I'll focus on 4K before we focus on 5. I don't have anything to share. Mike, you've been working on stuff though, haven't you? I'm sure you got projects there, mate. Sure you got projects. Crack into that ice epoxy, eh? But I have no idea what I'm going to get onto next. I mean, at the end of the day, I've still got a hat rack over there that 4 or 5 weeks ago I was working on that, and I need to inlay some railway spikes into it to finish it. I just haven't got to it. It's just not enough time, 2 days, to do all of this stuff, especially when I'm trying to do the YouTube videos as well. Hey Jax, do you know Jason Mayer? No, I don't, Chili. Or I can't say that I do. Maybe I do, but no. The name doesn't ring a bell. The name doesn't ring a bell. Why is that, mate? Why is that? All right, I'm going to grab one more beer. If you guys have got anything else to touch on before we call it a day, throw it in the comments now, and I'll answer it when I get back. All right. Where are we at? Magician Dude. No, I haven't heard of Jason Mayer. Is it Mayer? Mayer? I haven't heard of him. I haven't been making much outside of live shows. Yeah, man, I feel that vibe. That stuff called time, the issue, or just no motivation, Mike. Yeah, Mike, what's going on, man? It's definitely the time for me at the moment, although I have gone through a few motivation strikes recently, but it's definitely time for me at the moment. Hope he brings a deck of cards back, live stream magic. No, mate, I didn't. We haven't gotten the workshop any closer to tidy, so that's been a hinder here. It's always hard to tidy up the workshop, isn't it? Hopefully I'll have my project finished and on Insta so I can talk about that. But your lives are now always on my work weeks, so I just sit here listening while working. Hey man, I appreciate that you're tuning in anyway while you're at work. That's awesome. If I didn't catch COVID, it probably wouldn't have been on your work week because it would have been the opposite Saturday because my roster got switched as well. Gonna get the shop cleaned up during the next round of days off and then do some serious pouring. Yeah, nice, man, nice. I feel like I can't even afford to spend time cleaning the shop because I've only got the 2 days. So the workbench is hiding. I second Chili's suggestion about a live card trick. Live card tricks are a bit hard because like you guys can't really select a card, can you? Yeah, you can't. It doesn't really work like that. And it's also super hard because it's on camera. So, like, yeah. When I started doing magic, I had a shitty old phone. I used to film stuff on that. And people honestly were like, oh, the camera glitched. That's how you did that. It's just like, first of all, the audacity of them to think that I could time a camera glitch to make my trick work. But it genuinely looked like that in some of the footage. Like it literally looked like I took something and it vanished and appeared over here. But the camera did glitch and it just like, it looked like that's what happened. So doing stuff on camera is very hard. It's not just a matter of any trick will work on camera because a lot of them won't. Come, you can just show us a card. Come on, please. Bloody hell. Something to practice. I have not done a card trick forever. I can't even think of one that I would do, to be honest with you. I don't even know where a deck of cards are. I've probably got like over 100 decks of cards in that house, but I'll tell you what, I'll have a think about it, and then on my next live, we'll do a live. You'll have to remind me, but I'll do a card trick there because we are at an hour 40, and I did say an hour 30 this week after last fortnight's 3.5 hour blowout. But Chili, next fortnight, man, Saturday week, book it in. I will figure out something to do magic on there. Chili just gave Jack's homework. He fucking did. He really did. It has been a long time since I've done any magic. Years. I'm going to do one on my live show this week so that I did it first. Mike, you're a prick. You're a prick. Now I'm going to have to do a really good one to make sure it just tops you. Oh, man. It has been a long time. Very, very long time. Maybe I should just upload my DVD, hey? Like the full, I think it was like a 2-hour DVD. Maybe I should just upload that. All right. Whoa. See, it's because the cord's plugged in. Knocked that again. Well, you guys have got a bit of delay there, don't you? But yeah, I'm going to head off so that I can investigate this problem going on outside and then finish this off. But I'm super keen to get this done. I really am. It's a pretty cool project. Then you can... Jax is copying Mike. Yes, but see, Chili, I've got years and years of video evidence proving that I started it. I've got it tattooed on my head. That's my logo from when I was a magician. That was my logo. That's what's on my head. Yeah, delay is massive. I don't know why it's so massively delayed. It's crazy. Have a great fortnight. Thanks, Chili. Appreciate that, man. Eric, catch you later, dude. Later, Jack. See you in 14 days. Mike, you will. Hit me up, man, if you need a hand with DaVinci Resolve at all. Especially, I'm working night shifts, man, from Thursday to Thursday. So it's like daytime for you. So hopefully it's nothing major. I very much hope so. I won't be doing too much if it is. I'll just have to call a plumber on Monday. But it's not what I wanted to deal with today at all. At all. Timonius, catch you later, man. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully see you next fortnight. We'll be getting close. I think by the time when we hit 5K, we'll do another giveaway, I reckon. So make sure you guys share the channel around. Tell all of your mates to jump on board. Come hang out in the lives. And because the lives will be where we do the giveaway anyway. Or if you want to get an entry without even having to be on a live, go over and check out Patreon, because all those guys will get an entry. Can you tell Mike how to pronounce Eric's last name? I am not 100% sure. Habicot is how I say it. I'm pretty sure I did check with Eric at one point. I'm not sure if Eric's still there or whether he's gone. But Habicot is how I would say it. Eric, if you are still there, can you please confirm or correct? I'm going to do it my way anyway, Chili. How does he say it? I did see him post something. I did see him comment a bit back. I can't remember though. All right, guys. It has been good fun. Now, off to do the not so good fun stuff. But next week, set it in your calendar. Like, set a little reminder for yourself now. All right, because I feel like we had like 3 or 4 people here for like the first hour, so you guys missed out on most of the live, eh? All right, I got to sign off on my phone. Habicotti. That honestly, that was going to be my next guess. I was like, I wonder if the E at the end is like, you know, you got to enunciate the E at the end. So Habicotti. There you go, Mike. Now you know, my friend. Now you know. Thanks, Eric. Glad you're still here, buddy. I will see all of you legends in a fortnight's time. Feel free to say g'day before then, though. I will endeavour to have some posts going up while I am at work, because I was quite bad at that this swing. I only had a few go up. But yeah, until then, stay safe.